Do I exist? What is existence? If I exist, then what is absence? Was I nothing before? Are there really others besides me? Why am I different from a stone, and a stone is different from a tree? Why do some things seem to be moving and others are still? If I am human, then what are animals and plants? Who is the person who is asking these questions? Is that me? Or something outside of me? In this video, we try to give answers to all these questions, answers that you already know. Because Socrates says, "We all know the truth, but we have forgotten it." There is knowledge in the world that is very difficult for ordinary people to access. This is because, nowadays, most people grow up in a specific educational system and under a single upbringing. In this channel, we try to talk about knowledge that is not usually discussed in the educational system and normal books. Hidden secrets that sometimes you have to read ancient books and forbidden knowledge to find them. In order to be able to search for answers to these basic questions, we must put aside all our knowledge and ask about the origin of everything. Like a baby or a blind person who wants to see and understand the world for the first time. We should be curious about the images we see, the sounds we hear, the smells we feel, everything we touch, and everything that affects us, and question everything again. The fact is that we exist. The rest of the things, everything we see and feel, also exist. Everything exists, and we cannot find anything except the things that exist. In language, we use the word existence for everything that exists. And for everything that does not exist, we use the word non-existence. So the absence is nothing, and nothing is not something to be revealed. In fact, existence is the source of various effects, and everything that arises must be from existence, not from non-existence and nothing. This is the most obvious thing that we can accept as the basis of our thoughts. Now let's think about what we see and feel. Things that reveal themselves to us in different ways. A group of things that we see apparently do not have sense and movement and do not grow and evolve. Like stone, soil, water. There is another group that seems to feel and grow somewhat like trees and plants. When we compare these two groups, we see that they both have a common existence. It means that both groups exist. Both have volume, which means they occupy space. A stone has weight, and a tree also has weight. We can continue to compare until we reach the place where we see the plant grows and develops, has some sense and some movement. But stones lack this perfection. It can be concluded that the second group, which is plants, is considered more advanced because of these characteristics, that they have more than stones. That is, they have something extra. Now we see another group that has different movements. Their sense is much more intense and stronger than plants, they do different things, and it seems that they have a will. All kinds of animals and insects are in this category. If we compare this group with the group of plants, we see that they both exist and have physical properties such as volume and weight and things like that. Even both groups grow and use materials as food. until we gradually reach the point where the animal group has a series of improvements and perfections that the plant group does not have. It means the will to perform different movements. Having the will to move, they can freely make changes in the world and improve themselves. If we want to do a ranking again, we will see that these creatures are more advanced and more complete than the last two categories. Finally, we see another group that can do all the things that animals can do, plus they can do things that no other animal can do. We see that he has conquered all the animals, plants, and objects and is the ruler and master of everything. This strange creature is human. For this reason, in the ranking, we have to place humans as more complete and advanced than animals and other groups. And if we explore again in this group, we will see that the effects of knowledgeable people are far more than those of ignorant people, and all inventions, discoveries, and most advances come from people who have knowledge. So, in truth, science and knowledge have the highest rank, and a wise and knowledgeable person has the highest position among the categories and things that we can understand. Now let's see who is checking and comparing and drawing conclusions. Is it not that the comparator is actually you and me? You and I have something we can distinguish, don't we? So that thing is either outside of us or inside of us. Now let's see what the essence of that thing is. If it is outside of us, how is it related to us? Then who are we when he is outside of us? Or if it is inside us, where is it located? Or if it is a part or organ of us, which part is it? Does a dead person with all his correct and complete organs still have that power of discernment? We know he doesn't have it. So if that thing is not related to human organs, what happened to that thing after death? Has it become nothing, or is it still there? And if it is still there, where did it go? Am I something other than that thing, or am I exactly that thing? And when I say, I recognized, I analyzed, is the speaker of this sentence other than me or myself? If other than me, then how can I attribute what he does to me that I did? So far, each of us has something that we use to distinguish, compare, judge, and draw conclusions. We have to give that thing a name. We are free to call it by any name. Let's call it discernment, intellect, soul, wisdom, or even psyche, conscious mind, or anything else. So we conclude that we exist in, moreover, we have the ability to recognize. Among all the images we see, we are in the highest and most complete group. So what should we do now? How to find our way in this amazing and ambiguous world? In this video, we started with the most basic questions. What am I? What are these images that I see? How come some move and others don't? We simply categorize what we see and conclude that we exist and also that we have something inside us that is constantly thinking, investigating, and making decisions, the one who is asking these questions. So we gave him a name and realized that from now on, we should try to get to know him better.